to Ledo's in College Park. Great to have you here for another show of Maryland basketball, brought to you by our good friends at Thompson Creek, and great to have the people at Ledo's opening up their restaurant to us once again for the Buzz Williams Show. Coach, you come off a very, very tough trip to Iowa against a team that had it all going last Saturday up there in Iowa City. You lose that one. You shot 36%, 83-64 was the final. And this was an Iowa team with a new coach and was expected to have a different attack this year, but they were pretty much up-tempo instead of set offenses that people thought they were going to run.
Yeah, they were going into the game. They were the slowest Power 5 team in the country. They were averaging 64 possessions a game, which is incredibly slow. I think our turnovers sped them up a little bit. It was a 69 possession game, which was the slowest game that Maryland had played thus far this year. Their style is unique offensively, and even though it may not appear that way, some of what they do defensively is very unique. They're fourth in the country in creating turnovers. We kept them in that range based on how they defend off the ball. A lot of our turnovers do not necessarily lead to fast break shots because they don't shoot the ball as quick. So it was a little faster paced game than what they typically play. I think against Ole Miss, they had played a 70 possession game. They had played, I think they had played 8 games. They were 1 game under us in regards to how many games they had played. And they were averaging 50 field goal attempts per game, which is a very low number. But if you only play 64 possessions, you're obviously the number of balls you shoot are going to be a smaller number.
At this point of the season, are you still trying to get that magical 5 out there that's going to work together, play together, be familiar with each other, be comfortable together?
We're every day is incredibly important for us. Last week, we practiced 4 times. That was the first time we had been able to play 5-on-5 since October the 29th. I know that sounds like justification for the way we kicked the ball all over the place and got beat as bad as we did. I honestly am not sticking up for our guys. Everything that I would say to you on the radio is what I would say to them in the locker room. We're just way behind on typical. It's the second week of December. This is what we do because we've been through it before. This is what we do because we've practiced it before. Last week was our best week all season, and it's because we were able to play 5-on-5. But we're playing the 5-on-5 things that you typically play in the third week of October, not the second week of December. What do you do in this time score situation? We don't know because we haven't practiced that, because we haven't had the bodies to practice that. We had 4 practices. All 4 practices were with 10 healthy bodies. That was a very good thing. Our guys have been great relative to what we've asked them to do, relative to the ones that are healthy. But as I mentioned to Coach post-game, hey, you had that 5 out there and they looked pretty good. And I was like, yeah, I thought they looked pretty good too. But we're having to figure out that in games. You want to figure some of that out before you get to the games. Yeah. We haven't been able to do that. Like, who are you starting? Like, whatever. We've played more freshman minutes than anybody in the league, except for one other team. And I'm like, well, we haven't had a choice. It just so happened that our freshmen have been the healthiest. I'm not saying that our freshmen can't play. That's not how I'm saying it. But it's hard. It's impossible thus far to discern or ascertain who should be playing when we haven't had enough reps. We had a 5-on-5 practice yesterday, which was good. And there's a chance we'll have a 5-on-5 practice again today. I think the best thing that happens, we want the results to change, but we've got to get some momentum from lessons learned. We've got to get some momentum from daily 5-on-5 practices. We've got to get some momentum from, can we have some endurance to play for a longer period of time of executing what we're trying to do on both sides of the ball? And I think once, like anything else in life, once you can get some momentum in the execution, once you can get some momentum in the lessons learned, once you can get some momentum in continuity of human beings, then you have a chance at momentum in results. But the hodgepodge of execution, the hodgepodge of healthy bodies, the hodgepodge of lessons learned when you don't have 10 guys, that's really difficult to expect that the results would be something different than what you're doing on days that you're working. And so we've got to continue to try to string together consecutive work days in hopes that some of our game day results can change. The resilience from the group that has been playing, been practicing, they're doing everything we're asking them to do. The staff has been phenomenal. We've changed multiple times, not because philosophically we think we should change. We're changing so we can give those guys that have been practicing and that have been that particular game their best chance. And we did things on Tuesday night of last week versus Wagner that we've never done before. And we did some things that were required at Iowa relative to 14, relative to their offense, relative to their defense that we've never done before. And in some ways, some of those things were good. In some ways, collectively, they weren't good enough. But at least there was some momentum with the lessons learned. But we're going to be on a distinct roller coaster if everything is based on the results. We've got to continue to find ways to refine the process and work through the process longer and better.
We're talking to Maryland's head basketball coach, Buzz Williams. University of Maryland Medical Systems, the official medical team of the Terrapins. You and your family can expect the same level of exceptional care that our athletes receive. Learn more at umms.org/better. University of Maryland Medical System, Maryland's healthcare champion. Back to Ledo's in a minute on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
From quote to clean up, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
At Planet Fitness, no two members are alike. Their routines are different. They use different equipment.
1, 2, 3.
Woo! And they do it for different reasons.
All right. You're a mythical beast.
But they all have one thing in common.
You got this.
They're all strong.
That's right.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
One more, everybody.
One more? I got 5 more.
Before we talk Abbott Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
Welcome back to Ledo's. Johnny Holiday along with Maryland's head basketball coach Buzz Williams. The Terrapins getting set for Michigan. That'll be coming up on Saturday night with an 8 o'clock tip-off. It's showtime. How about grabbing some Testudo Premium Lager? That's the official craft beer of the Maryland Terrapins by Union Craft Brewing Company. The Terrapins have a couple of guys that are really so familiar with you, Coach, because they came with you from Texas A&M, Solomon Washington and Pharrell Payne. And Washington now with 2 games under his belt after having the ankle injury early in the year, had 10 points against Wagner. He comes back. He has a 9 the other night with a bunch of rebounds, and that's got to be a big welcome addition to your team to have Solomon back in the fold again.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that on Tuesday night he was able to play. I think he played 23 minutes. Sunday was the first time he had practiced since October the 5th. Monday was the second time he had practiced since October the 5th. And Tuesday he played 23 minutes.
He's still getting in shape now, right?
Oh, he's not even in the he's not even in the range of shape. That's my point. I was surprised that he was able to play 23 minutes. And then on Saturday, he's guarding among the best guards in the Big Ten, would be what I would say as of now after one game of coaching in the Big Ten. And Coach Dev put together a great defensive plan relative to how we were going to guard 14 and the things that they do for him. And Solo was phenomenal. And I think he played 32, almost 33 minutes. And I was inspired by that. We need him to play as much as he can play, not necessarily because of what his stats will say, but because of the athleticism, the care, the fight, the physicality that he plays with. I thought some of those rebounds that he got, we hadn't seen at Maryland through the first 9 games. I'm not trying to create false expectations for him or for anyone else. Similar to some of the questions that I had received publicly when we were playing with 7 and 8 guys. I think that puts guys in a negative position relative to false expectations when they're hurt and you're like, oh, well, we would have done better if they were playing. That puts too much on a person and not enough on the program. Our program needs to continue to grow. We need to continue to have some momentum. Does Solo help in that momentum? Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Does Gochi help in that momentum? Absolutely. And not sticking up for George or Dre either. And I've said this multiple times. Hey, Buzz, 4 guys came with you from A&M. That's correct. 4 guys came with us from A&M. And 2 of those guys played. George and Dre didn't play because they couldn't have played last year for multiple reasons. And so creating this, oh, they know what's going on. No. I
didn't play.
I think George has played 5 games and scored 0 baskets thus far. And Dre has played 10 games. So it's unfair to create this expectation. Hey, they decided they were going to follow you. And so that automatically moves them up. I don't necessarily think that that's fair to them nor fair to their career. It's kind of like what happened on Saturday. When you and I were talking Friday night for the pregame. I think 7 of those guys that played in the game for Iowa came from Drake. That's what I think.
You're correct.
And then I think 5 of those 7 that came from Drake came from Northwest Missouri,
Where McCollum was before. Yeah.
And now I don't want to add to it, but my research says it wasn't just those players and it wasn't just that coach. There were multiple others. And this is not revealing a secret. And this is not being anything but commendable to the program at the University of Iowa. I think we scored 17 baskets and they scored 34. Where I grew up, I can count to 34. They're going to win. Now, we shot a lot of free throws, and we missed way too many. But my point is this. In this recipe, continuity is really important. The name on the jersey, really important. The support of the community of that jersey, really important. But the continuity of the product you put on the floor is just as important. It doesn't mean that there's not a prerequisite for talent. There is a prerequisite for talent, but sometimes that continuity aids in that talent. Is number 14, did anybody think he was going to be who he is today when he signed with a Division II school out of high school? My opinion.
No way.
I don't think he got paid NIL out of high school. But if he went in the portal today, I think he could choose where he wanted to go.
No question.
But what I would say to that is he can go anywhere he wants to go. Pick XY decided to go. Would he do better at XYZ regardless of how he got to XYZ or why he went to XYZ than where he's at due to the continuity of his teammates, of his head coach, and of his assistant coaches? And I think sometimes that's missed in kind of like I always ask my wife, can you make those sausage balls that Mama used to make? And she's like, I can't make them. And I'm like, I thought Mama gave you the recipe. And she goes, she did. But every time I've made them, you said they don't taste the same. And I'm like, I know. So why don't you just do what the recipe says?
And her follow-up was, I can imagine,
Probably not for the network.
not for the family radio show we're doing.
But what I'm saying is like, that's what I'm learning. Like the value of the continuity of my staff of 97 years. I'm so grateful for it. The people that have been with us, George and Dre, they've been with us. Do they understand our habits and our pace and our what our priorities are? Yes. Have they ever done it? No. Dre's done it for 1 month, and then George had an injury, and I didn't play him on Saturday because he was just released and practiced on Friday. Okay, how about Solo? I love Solo. Solo practiced the first 5 practices at what we call training camp and got hurt and did everything except lose a year of eligibility due to the injury the next day. What about Gochi? Love his talent. Gochi's been with us 1 year. A year ago at this time, Gochi was playing 12 to 14 minutes. And so I think part of my responsibility within year number 1, week number 7, we've played 1 Big Ten game. We have to get better. And we want the results to get better. And we need some healthy bodies. But that's not why we're 6-4 and 0-1. There's always going to be reasons why. But we can't lose sight of what's required. What are the prerequisites to learn the lessons, to execute the lessons, to then have a chance at the results? And so, like, I participate in the public conversations because that's part of my responsibility.
Sure.
But I also have to participate in the reality of the private conversations with our group, because we can't ride this roller coaster of emotions. Oh, we did good. Oh, we didn't do good. I think that's kind of the trap. And so I'm thankful for the last week. We went 1-1. I wish we would have went 2-0. But instead of it being result oriented, did we make progress in the direction we're wanting to go? And can we change what was good and make it better? Can we change our better and make it our best? And that's where we've got to stay in tune. And there's multiple components of that. You can break that down into multiple categories defensively, multiple categories offensively. And I think we're going in that direction. We're just, as I said, we're way behind the typical group of 15 new players that just got together, with 2 of those players having played for us before. But we're not playing the exact same way in many respects at all that we have in the past, because we have 13 different players, and part of our coaching job is to put those players in a better position. You don't know what position to put those players in if they're constantly in and out of practice due to injuries. That's part of it.
Sure.
And you can't replicate what you miss by just sitting there watching it. It's not like the kids that are hurt aren't at practice. They're watching it. They're just not doing it. But when there's everybody's brand new trying to do it, there's some level of, do you know how to make those sausage balls without that recipe that comes into play?
I got you. We'll have more from Coach Williams coming up in just a couple of minutes. We're brought to you by Thompson Creek Window Company, a proud partner of the Maryland Terps. Thompson Creek, they design, they build, they install replacement windows from their local Maryland factory. You get high-quality windows at an affordable price without the middleman markup. We're at Ledo's in College Park. Johnny Holiday, along with Maryland's head basketball coach Buzz Williams, will come back with more after these messages.
From quote to clean up, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service. because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
In Ocean City, Maryland, having fun is kind of our thing. I mean, look at these two. They're all about having fun. That's fun. This is fun. Whoa. Too much fun? Nah, no such thing. Because here, even leg day is fun. So head to the coast and, well, just coast. Pump up the volume, or just pump up the pool floaty. From the boardwalk to the bay, come discover somewhere to smile about.
Before we talk Abbott Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
Come to Rosecroft Raceway for live racing Mondays and Thursdays from now until the 18th of December. Post time is 7:15 p.m. Open every day for simulcast, live boxing and banquet space. Visit us anytime at rosecroft.com.
Next week on Talking Terps, we'll be at Ledo's here in College Park, presented by Thompson Creek Window Company. The next radio show on Tuesday with Coach Brenda Fries, and she is undefeated with the women's basketball program. That'll be at noon, and we'll air that night on our Maryland Sports Radio networks. When you look at a guy that's done everything asked, Coach, for what you want out of him as a basketball player and as a person, how about Pharrell Payne? What Pharrell has brought to your program, not only his toughness and experience, and even though he's a marked guy, every time he touches the ball, there's 2 or 3 guys that collapse on him. He's still able to average 18 points a game for you, and almost double figures in a double-double every game.
I think that he's first in the
field goal percentage.
I don't know if he's first. He's missing too many layups, and a lot of those layups are heavily contested. I have a lot of you. Number one, I'm very thankful he's here. Number two, I'm thankful that he's only missed 1 game and only missed 3 practices. He's such a big piece to what we're doing. I think you know that before the game starts. I think the team we are playing knows that. I would be shocked if anybody's on the scouting report by the opponent other than him. I think everything is how are you going to guard him when he has the ball, and he's not being guarded by a player. He's being guarded by all 5 players. And so he's had a lot of growth on how to make decisions when he has the ball that he's never had to make. And, you know, normally when you see somebody his size, hey, can you get over there and stand next to the rim, and we're going to dribble over here and we're going to throw it to you. And we do that on occasion. But he's so good that teams prevent that sort of catch. And so we're having to get him the ball in a variety of ways at a variety of spots, which means he has to make a lot of decisions with the ball that typically a 6-foot guard has to make. And we're asking him, we need you to make the decision once you get the ball, but you're going to have to get the ball in different places. And then once you get the ball, we need you to act like you're the point guard, but really you're the point guard that needs to score. So there's a lot of thoughts that are going through his head. His turnover rate's been a little too high at times. He's aware of that. He is getting fouled. You know, they were getting mad, and I understand we'll do the same in College Park, the way the officials were calling the game on Saturday. And I saw the coach had a lot of things to say about it, and the players had a lot of things to say about it with the media post game. And that may be a Big Ten thing. I don't know. But everybody was mad that Gochi was getting fouled so much. And the lead official walked by me, and I go, hey, I kind of agree with him. And he looked at me. He goes, what do you mean? I go, I kind of agree with all these people. You need to quit calling all those fouls. And he goes, Buzz, I never heard a coach say that. I said, hey, I'm telling you, you ought to come watch practice. because we tried to foul him 12 times before he catches it and 17 times after he catches it. And we don't call any of them. And he goes, you don't call one? I go, I don't think you can guard him without fouling him. I don't think you can guard him without fouling him. I think you guard him. I think you foul him before he catches it. And then I think you foul him after he catches it. And I told the guy later in the game, he was missing his free throws. And I told Gochi in front of the official, I didn't know the official was standing there. I said, hey, Goach, you hear all these people booing? He goes, yeah. I go, they don't think it should be a foul. And I go, I don't think it should be either if you can't make the free throw.
You 9 of 18. Yeah. Yeah.
If he shoots his average, he finishes the game with 24 and 14. If he shoots his average from the free throw line.
77%.
The thing that hurts us is 18 turnovers in a slow game.
Yeah.
But he led us in turnovers.
Yeah.
Gochi, we need you to lead us in scoring by 10 or 12 points. We need you to lead us in rebounding by 4 or 6. And we need you to play with the same number of turnovers that somebody that doesn't play plays with. 0. That's a lot. And by the way, I'll call one timeout in the second half so you can get a drink of water. And then we're going to sub you out at 16:42 before the first media timeout of the second half, because you played 38 minutes and 9 seconds, and we need you to play 38 minutes and 50 seconds. That's a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a lot, no matter what your name is. He's had great growth. He's a beautiful human being. He may be, and he's very well thought of by baby and my youngest daughter. She loves Gochi, and she's obviously known Gochi a couple of years. And I was telling Gochi the other day, we probably need to go to break. I think your guy's getting anxious. Are you getting anxious? I could tell.
He's anxious. He's anxious every game, Coach.
Food Line, Maryland Fans Food Line is the proud sponsor of the Score to Give More program. For each free throw the Terrapins make this season, including Gochi, Food Line Feeds will donate 100 meals to the local food banks of College Park. We'll be back in a moment.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
At Planet Fitness, no two members are alike. Their routines are different. They use different equipment.
1, 2, 3.
Woo! And they do it for different reasons.
You're a mythical beast.
But they all have one thing in common.
Hey, you got this. Come on.
They're all strong.
That's right.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
One more, everybody.
One more? I got 5 more.
Before we talk Abbott Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace for the Maryland Terrapins. Whether you're buying or selling basketball tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. The place to be on Saturday night, Xfinity Center. Let's sell that baby out against number 1 Michigan coming to town. They play Villanova tonight at the Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And always an opportunity, Coach, when you take on the number 1 team in the country to shock the nation, get all the attention on Maryland basketball, and come away with a win Saturday night.
It's very rare that happens. The only reason I say that is it happened once last year, but you can play multiple years as a player. You can coach multiple years as a coach. Sometimes you can coach a career and play a career and never have an opportunity to play against the number 1 team. And to play against the number 1 team at home, this 15th year. That's only happened once in my career. And so we understand historically what's at stake. We also, in a filtering process, also understand it's game number 2 of 20 Big Ten heavyweight championship fights. And so the timing of this month has been very unique. We played 8 games in November. We only play 5 this month, but we really play 4 this month prior to Christmas. 2 of those were last week. And then we play 1 game this week. We play 1 game next week. And then we play, obviously, 1 game after Christmas. And so each of those games are vitally important. Michigan, number 1 in the country. I think Virginia's lost 1 time. Their top 20 will be top 15 by the time we get to their place next week. Again, like I told you in radio show number 1, we've probably overscheduled. We've overscheduled not exclusively because of this season. We've overscheduled because that's the type of program we want to continue to have. That has been at Maryland, where we're continuing to try to raise the bar and to compete against the best in the country. The positive thing about our schedule is we have multiple work days in between each game.
Yes.
And so, like, how we practiced yesterday, I thought it was the best practice of the year. And as soon as we finish this segment, we're going to plan how we're going to have the best practice of the year today. And what our coaches are doing, the creativity, and how we're measuring, how we're gaining reps, how we're, to your first question, hey, Buzz, who's going to play? How can we figure that out as best as possible within each workday, within each rep? Those guys are spending an inordinate amount of time. Hey, when we do this, these 5 guys are playing together, and they're playing against these 5 guys. And now when we do this, we're going to make this change. And then how we're measuring it, how we're statting it, how we're grading it. There's 9 coaches, so to say, on our staff. 3 are watching these things. 3 are watching a different component of things. Like, we're doing some good things. It doesn't show up necessarily in the record, but it's along the way. I think we're accruing information, data, evidence that's going to help us grow. There's some guys on our team today that we're wanting to be on our team next year. I know that's almost sacrilegious to say in this model of college sports, but like, there's some guys we want to come back next year. And so we got to make sure that as we're teaching, as we're installing a play, that more than we're installing something, we're instilling in them what we want our program to be about. What is the DNA of our program? Not we won a game, we lost a game. What's the DNA? What is our gene makeup going to be? And I think that our coaches have done a great job, and we'll continue to find ways to do a better job. And I think that's the best way to teach.
Yep.
And I think that's the best way to learn. So we're excited about Saturday when Saturday gets here. And we've got a lot of work to do before then. But I'm really excited about what we did yesterday, and in praying and hoping that what we do today is even better.
Coach, a pleasure.
Okay, thank you so much.
All the best on
Do you
Saturday
think somebody's watching this, like, on this camera?
They are.
And how are they watching it?
On Facebook, correct?
Do you have Facebook?
I do have Facebook, yeah.
And if someone wanted to be your friend, how do you log on to Facebook?
No more friends. I maxed out on friends.
Oh, so they can watch you, but you're not going to like.
I can't accept any more friends. Are you on Facebook?
No, I don't. I'm not on the internet.
Oh, how do you communicate basically then?
Like this.
Oh,
like that, that's how I was taught to communicate.
We'll see you Saturday night at Xfinity Center. Good luck, Coach. For Coach Williams, Johnny Holiday, and good night.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
In Ocean City, Maryland, having fun is kind of our thing. I mean, look at these two. They're all about having fun. That's fun. This is fun. Whoa. Too much fun? Nah, no such thing. Because here, even leg day is fun. So head to the coast and, well, just coast. Pump up the volume, or just pump up the pool floaty. From the boardwalk to the bay, come discover somewhere to smile about.
Before we talk avid Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
Come to Rosecroft Raceway for live racing Mondays and Thursdays from now until the 18th of December. Post time is 7:15 p.m. Open every day for simulcast, live boxing and banquet space. Visit us anytime at rosecroft.com.
Well, when you start with your recipe, I know. Oh, you know. And we're resuming almost. Welcome back to Ledo's. Johnny Holiday, along with assistant coach and a special assistant to the head coach, Greg Young, who's got a magnificent resume of where he's been, what he's done, a head coaching job, assistant coaching jobs. And he's with us tonight to talk a little bit about what he does here at Maryland after being at Troy last year. What made you get into coaching?
You know, my dad was a high school coach in Texas. And, you know, when he was coaching, they coached everything. They coached football, they coached basketball, they coached baseball, they coached track. So, you know, in first grade, when they ask you the seasons of the year, fall, winter, spring, and summer, you know what I said?
Football,
basketball, baseball, and off. Those were the 4 seasons. That's what I knew. So I didn't know any different when I was growing up. And my brother was a longtime college and high school football coach, and actually is a special assistant football coach at UTEP right now. He's retired. Texas high school football coach, played football at Texas Tech. For some reason I got into basketball, and I've been doing it nearly 40 years, and
wow,
don't know what else I could do, and don't know if I do this very well. Sort of a jack of all trades, master of none.
Well, if you weren't doing it well, you wouldn't be coaching today.
Well, I appreciate that. I've been very blessed. I've been very blessed to work at some unique places, be around a lot of great people, work for some great people, coach some tremendous young men. And I'm at the age now where last year at Troy, our best player, who was the Sun Belt Player of the Year, who's now at the University of Indiana, who we will play after Christmas, played for us at Troy. I coached his dad. His dad was an All-American for me in junior college, and I now had coached his son. So I'm at that age. I'm that guy now. Okay. I'm coaching my players' sons now. So it's been a journey. It's been a blessing.
Did you start at high school level at all?
You know, I coached high school basketball 1 year. I started when I got into coaching, the way to get into college coaching, you had to be a graduate assistant. So I sort of did that and then became a full-time assistant. Then, you know, the job got cut. And so I went back to my hometown and coached high school basketball for 1 year and loved it. I taught in-school suspension for 4 periods a day. There was no cell phones, no nothing. So I would read and I finished my master's thesis while I was doing in-school suspension. They had to sit in cubicles. They couldn't talk. I was not a very nice person in school suspension because I really didn't want to be there.
You weren't very patient.
I wasn't very patient. You couldn't do it. You know, we've all been there. And then I wrote every college coach in America because I knew I didn't want to do in-school suspension for a year. I love the coaching the high school kids. So there used to be a book, this is for the internet. It was called the Blue Book of College Basketball. It had every school, university, from junior college, Division I, Division II, Division III, NAI. I would write 10 to 12 letters every day in that in-school suspension to every coach in America. I'd go to the post office, I'd mail them, I'd go to practice. So I got some responses back. Most of them were, "Hey, thanks, Coach. We've got our staff that, from Roy Williams to Dale Brown to Coach Krzyzewski, all of them. I wrote everybody. And I got 2 job offers out of the deal.
Where were they?
Hawaii Pacific and Honolulu. And
you didn't take that one, did you?
I did. I
Oh,
took the job. He called me as a guy that recruited me. He was over there. I took the job. I'd been over there, played at the job I was previous. I took the job. I sold my car. And I was going to buy a one-way plane ticket to get to Honolulu. I was going to figure out how I was going to get back when I got back. And then right before, 2 weeks before I was going to leave, another friend of mine introduced me to a guy and says, "Hey, I got a buddy of mine. He needs an assistant coach in the league you used to play in at Eastern New Mexico University, which is in Portales. You can parachute in Portales. You just can't parachute out." So the choice was, this tells you how smart I am. Choice was Portales, New Mexico, in the middle of nowhere, or Honolulu, Hawaii. I said, "I got a job. I sold my car. I'm going to Honolulu. I've got a ticket." He goes, "Just go meet with them. It could help you professionally." This was 1989, I think. And so I met with the guy, and he sold me to come to Portales, New Mexico. So I turned down Honolulu. I went to Portales, New Mexico, never looked back. So if that tells you anything about what coaching will do to you, it'll put you in rehab.
I bet it does.
But it was a great experience. I'm glad I did it. But so that was sort of how I got back into college coaching.
We're talking to Coach Greg Young from the Maryland Terps. We'll take a break and come back in just a minute. More with Coach on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
At Planet Fitness, no 2 members are alike. Their routines are different. They use different equipment.
1, 2, 3.
Woo! And they do it for different reasons.
You're a mythical beast.
But they all have one thing in common.
Hey, you got this. Come on.
They're all strong.
That's right.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
One more, everybody.
1 more? I got 5 more.
Before we talk avid Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
Well, Coach Greg Young has made the trip from Cleburne, Texas to College Park, Maryland, after going through College Station, Texas. And as you look at this basketball team and your duties now, you and Coach Williams go way back. You were at his wedding, weren't you?
I was at his wedding. My wife actually filmed his wedding because when they showed up to get married, they forgot to bring a camcorder. And that's when the days when you had the big camcorders.
Sure.
So he needed somebody to film his wedding. I was a groomsman. My wife filmed his wedding. Coach and I have a 30-plus year relationship. He's been a mentor to me. He's been an inspiration. I've learned a lot from him. He's been very instrumental in my professional life and personal life. It's just been, it's sort of been a dream come true that I have this opportunity now to be working for him, working with our staff, and just really amazed every day at the work that they do, and the success that they've had through the years, and obviously got to be a little bit closer to him when he was at A&M and I was at UT Arlington, and got to spend some time, got to know his staff a little bit better. I've known Steve Rockefer for the same 30 years.
Rock, yeah.
Yeah. So we were all sort of running around together. When I was a junior college coach, they were recruiting my players. Coach Williams was at an institution doing it. Rock was at an institution doing it. So we became fast friends. But Coach Williams is, I hold in the highest esteem, not only as a basketball coach and a leader of men, but as a man of not many men anymore in our business, do what they say and say what they do. And he's definitely one of the few that I've in 40 years had the opportunity to be around that is that type of man.
And Coach, right now it's an adjustment period for the entire basketball program with all these guys. As Coach has mentioned, you're there every single day, and you see how many guys are missing practice, and you can't be successful unless you have continuity and consistent continuity. And we're getting there.
We're getting there. I mean, the work that our players and coaches and staff,
and you got great kids too.
Great kids. We're lucky that we get to show up and be around young men that want to be here, that believe in what we're doing and what we're saying. And you can only control what you can control, and we can't control injuries. We can't control circumstances like that. But I really believe we're getting better. I was a junior college head coach for 10 years, and so I understood turnover before NIL.
Sure.
And so sometimes good things take a little bit of time, but I believe we're doing the right things. I know that the intent of what we're doing every day, and I know everybody's showing up to work every day to get better. And just like Coach said, we've got to get better today. We were better yesterday, and we got to get better today, and we got to focus on the process. And I really believe the scoreboard will take care of itself when we get to that point, because we understand the importance of winning. We understand where we are and what we're doing and the business of it. Nobody understands it better than Coach Williams and the staff that he brought with him from A&M. So we're working at that every day to get better.
Coach, a pleasure.
Yeah, good to see you.
Let's do it. Let's do it a few more times before the season's over.
Yeah. Well, your ratings may want to go up. You may want to put me down.
Coach Greg Young with us. We'll come back with Coach Williams in just a minute on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.